Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So my name is Olga, and I would really love to guide you through a 20 to 30 minute gentle flow today, designed to target every muscle in the body, just every area in the body. So yeah, without further ado, we shall begin by finding a cross-legged seat on the mat. So however that looks like for you is the right way. You might want to have one leg on top of the other, or you might want to have them instead one in front of the other, which for me is a lot more comfortable and accessible for my body. You might need a little bit of lift. So if that is the case, just finding a block or anything that gives you a bit of lift. I sometimes use a foam roller as well, just to like sit on top and have the spine up and lengthened as straight as possible. So having found a seated position, let's just begin to ground here, closing the eyes and turning your attention inwards. Starting to deepen the breath here, arriving on your mat, arriving in your space. Knowing that the next 30 minutes are just for yourself. Not to reminisce about the past or to plan anything in the future, just to simply be where we are now, focusing on our breath, our body, our movements, any and all sensations that arise that are welcome. Placing your palms together in front of your heart, keeping the eyes closed, and then just taking a moment here to set an intention for the practice, for this gentle flow. Whether this is in the beginning of your day or at the end of the day, an intention for the next half an hour, an intention for yourself. Whatever that is, just repeating it to yourself a couple times in your head or out loud. And then just bowing your head towards your fingertips. Placing your palms on top of your thighs or your knees, palms facing to the sky. We're going to keep the eyes closed for this beginning part of the practice. We're going to tilt the head towards the left. And as we exhale, moving it back through center, tilt the head to the right with the next inhale. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhaling through center, exhaling to the left. Doesn't matter what side you started with, as long as you match the breath and the movements. Being as mindful as possible, trying to feel into the sensations here on the neck, an area where we hold so much tension, so much of the stress of our day gets stored here. Releasing the head back to center, tilting the chin down towards the chest, letting the weight of the head just fall, feeling the lengthening at the back of the neck. And we'll lift our head up and we'll just let it fall backwards, open the front of the neck this time. Feeling the opening through the throat. coming back to center. We're going to come to Gomukhasana, so cow face pose. So we're going to just bring our right knee facing towards the front of the mat. So I'm facing you, but you would probably be facing this way. And then we're going to grab the left knee and just try to bring it as much on top of the right as possible. So you want to make a bit of a triangle shape with your legs. Your feet are parallel with one another, and then your knees should be directly above each other if that is accessible to you. Otherwise, a little bit of a separation is also fine. Just see where you are today. You should be feeling this on your right glute as you inhale, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, we're just going to finger crawl our hands forward. And then just allow your body to rest over the left knee. Just breathing here intentionally, deep inhales and deep exhales, a very restorative pose. Inhale, we're going to come up. Now, this time, we're just going to lift our right arm up to the sky and then send it towards the mid-back as you take the left. And you try to grab your palms together. You try to interlace the fingers. Otherwise, just seeing how far you can get. There is no right or wrong here, just honoring what is. Inhale, again, lengthening the spine. And as you exhaling, folding forwards. Again, just resting the chin on the knee. Allowing gravity to pull you down here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, lifting your torso up from the core. Now releasing the hands, releasing the legs. Coming back to a seat. We're just going to send the right arm towards the left. The fingertips are pointing to the left as well. And then we'll just have a bit of a shoulder stretch. We should feel this at the back of our shoulders. So the right shoulder blade is lengthening here. And now see if you can just tilt your head over to the right. See if you can tilt your head over to the left. Now releasing the hands, interlocking the fingers. So interlace fingers behind the back, sending your chest up to the sky, opening through the heart. Inhale here, finding length. Exhaling, folding forwards once again, seeing that you can place that forehead down on the ground, on the mat. As you keep lifting through those shoulder blades, squeezing them together. Inhale, coming up. Let's do the same on the opposite side. So this time, it's the left leg that comes forward first. And then it's the right knee that comes directly on top of the left. Again, we want to have our feet parallel to each other as much as possible, whilst keeping our tailbones firmly stuck to the mat. Inhaling here, finding length. Perhaps use the strength in your palms to grab and push you forward from those ankles. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to fold forwards, feeling that stretch on the glutes, on the abductors. Again, deep, intentional inhales and exhales, sitting with the sensations that arise and pass in every moment. Inhaling to come back up. And next we'll take our left arm up to the sky, bend through the elbow, and see if you can grab each hand, maybe the fingertips, maybe the hands, maybe the wrists, wherever you are. Feeling the stretch, the lengthening through the shoulder blades, inhaling here, and as you exhale, once again, we're going to fold forward. And stay in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you inhale, lifting the spine. Now releasing the bind in the hands and the arms, releasing the bind in the legs. Finding cross-legged position once again. And sending the right arm and hand towards the right. And squishing that elbow. Turn your head towards the left, looking past that left shoulder. And turning your gaze past the right shoulder. Inhaling, releasing the arms. And once again, we're going to interlock our fingers behind our back, lengthening the spine, lifting the chest up to the ceiling, feeling that opening through the heart. Taking a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, bend forward, taking the torso down with your spine as straight as possible as you keep lifting through the fingertips, through the palms. Exhaling, releasing, or using the strength of the core to lift your torso up. We're going to find tabletop. So placing the palms firmly on the mat, fingertips are spread wide. And you want to have your shoulders, elbows, and wrists in one line, as well as the hips and knees. Now you're not collapsing here. You're very strong. So lifting through the shoulder blades, sucking the tailbone under, and sucking the belly in. Engaging the abdominal muscles here, engaging the back muscles, the shoulder blades. Take a deep inhale here in your tabletop. And as you exhale, you're going to ever so slightly start to walk the fingertips forward as you bring your chest down into the mat. And just melting, releasing, feeling that opening through the chest, through the armpits, the shoulders. Or if you feel the stretch here, then stay where you are. You can also come to your fingertips and keep spider crawling the hands forwards. And seeing if you can tuck the forehead or the chin to the mat for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lifting up the torso ever so slightly and walking the hands back. Finding tabletop once again. Now, this time we're going to breathe in, tucking the back toes and lifting your knees from the mat. Lifting your hips, start to send them back and away. Finding your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Your fingertips are still spread wide apart. Your middle finger is facing forward. Arms are straight. Shoulders are away from one another. and your spine is straight, you might want to bend the knees. We're going to stay for 4 more breaths here in a downward facing dog. Keep sending the hips up to the sky. Try to distribute the weight between your arms and your legs. Inhale, look forward. Step your left leg. Step your right leg. Inhale, lifting the spine to a halfway lift. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge from the hips, perhaps grabbing the ankles to send yourself further down. To a forward fold, Uttanasana. Now releasing the palms to the ground. And then ever so slightly start to bring the body weight up. Start to lift the spine. Coming to Tadasana, vertebra by vertebra. Your shoulders, your neck, and your head come last. Toes are touching. We're finding Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, send the right leg up towards your chest. Look forward. And as you exhale, step it back. We're going to come to a high lunge. So let's focus on the alignment first. Your hips are squared, looking forward, and your front leg is at a 90-degree angle. Back leg is strong and is straight. Inhale, send the hips down and your arms come up. Either clasping the hands together or having a slight separation between them. Both are okay. And staying here strong for 2 full breaths. Inhale, lifting up, straightening the legs. You're going to turn towards your right side and you're going to tilt your feet to look towards each other. So feet are parallel, your toes are slightly turned inwards. Again, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, raising the arms to the sides. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips. Bring the palms down, lower your upper body down. Your legs are either straight or you're bending through the knees, whatever feels accessible to you. And your stance is as big as you need. So if you need a bit more space here, then open the stance. Inhale, look forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, bends down, placing the palms parallel to the feet. Inhale, coming up. Hands come to the waist, lifting your body up, bending through the back leg, and then just coming back to a balancing position in one leg. Hands come to prayer pose. Take a deep inhale here and exhale, release. Let's do this on the left side. Inhale, lifting the left knee up to the chest. As you exhale, send it back. Bending through your front knee at a 90-degree angle. Your knee is directly on top of the ankle. Palms on the waist, ensuring that the hips are squaring, squeezing those buttocks. Back leg is strong. Inhale, send the hips down, your arms up. I'm staying for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, start to straighten the legs, turning towards the left this time. Feet are parallel, Pasarita Padottanasana. Toes point to each other. Now this time we're going to interlace our fingers once again behind the back. lifting through the chest, opening the spine. Exhale. We're going to bend forwards, sending the hips back and sending the arms forward parallel to each other, opposite directions. Now, again, if this feels more accessible to you, you might want to just engage the legs, the kneecaps, and bend. Staying for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the torso. Bending through the back leg. And then seeing if you can come to balance on your right, placing the hands in Namaste. For 3, 2, 1. Release. We're going to move through a Vinyasa here. So inhale, finding Tadasana with our arms by the side body. Lifting up through the arms. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, Urdhva, halfway lift. Exhale, placing the palms. Now either send your leg one by one or step or hop back, coming to a high plank. Keeping all your muscles strong and engaged here. And either bringing the knees down, followed by the chest, or rolling your body forwards, bending through the arms, 90-degree angle close to the rib cage, rolling up, upward facing dog, rolling through the back toes, finding downward facing dog once again. And this time finding stillness in our downward facing dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming to the front. We're going to find deer cross 1 with the legs. So this is also known as a 90-degree angle stance. So your left leg is in front of you, parallel to your body, and your back leg is, we're kind of making like a Z shape, more or less. As you inhale, lifting the spine, and as you exhale, hinging forward, letting the movement come from the hips and folding over. Maybe you are here today. Maybe you are here today. Or if you feel a bit more spacious, you might just want to place one palm on top of the other and allow your forehead to fold and just melt into the mat. Your feet are flexed, so they are still active, they're still working, and you should feel a stretch alongside your outer glutes, your hip flexors. Your hips. Inhale, lifting the torso. Placing the palms down. We're going to turn towards the left, placing the fingertips on the mat. Lifting the spine, feeling the twist, feeling the rotation of the spine before we send it down, seeing if you can tap the top of the nose onto the floor, lifting yourself up. And then using the strength from the legs to do the same on the other side. So finding your 90-degree angle with the both legs. And falling forwards, finding deer pose. And again, just staying with a variation that feels best for you today, just honoring what is rather than pushing yourself in a way that's your body doesn't appreciate. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you inhale, lift the head. Placing your palms down, lifting the torso, and then start to twist towards the right. Placing the fingertips down. Inhaling, finding lift. Exhaling, finding depth. Tapping the top of the nose towards the ground. And then coming back to a seated position once again. We're going to come to supine now. So then just lowering the spine down, keeping the knees bent. Knees are pointing towards the sky. We're going to roll our shoulders inwards, squishing those shoulder blades together. Now, very important here to tuck the tailbone under. Sucking the belly in, bringing strength to our core. And as you inhale, squeezing the glutes and lifting those hips up to the sky. You might want to place your palms here on the mats or rolling the shoulders towards each other to interlace your fingers down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and release. We'll move through this twice more. Take a breath here. Inhale again. Squeezing the glutes, sending the hips up. With 3, 2, 1, gently and slowly coming down. Last time. Suck the belly in. Now really mindfully start lifting up. Refeel the engagement on this side of the body, on the muscles here. Working to lift your pelvis, to lift your hips up higher and higher to the ceiling for 4. See if you can come a little bit higher this time. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, come down. Start to bring your toes up and your knees towards each other. You can release the palms, your arms down, and then window wipe your legs to the left, to the right, neutralize the lower back and the spine. One more on each side. And now send your knees in towards your chest, bringing a very nice, juicy hug here. So just hugging through your midline. You can even send your heads to your knees. Before we open to a final pose, Shavasana. So finding space, making space, opening the legs, opening the arms, rolling the shoulders inwards. allowing the back to melt on the ground, allowing gravity to pull you towards the earth. Keeping the eyes closed or the gaze soft. Releasing anything that came up. Noticing any difference between now and the beginning of the practice. Noticing whether there's more space in the body, whether there's more clarity in the mind, whether there's more relaxation, less tension. Whatever it is, whatever comes up, just noticing without judgments, without craving, without aversion, just noticing. Just staying here for as long as you need. Taking all the time that you need. Or if you're ready to come out, start to wiggle your toes, start to wiggle your fingers. Start to just waken your body up, wake your body up. Rolling the ankles, finding movement through the joints. Maybe lifting arms overhead, giving your body a full stretch. Bending the knees in, sending it over to your right side. Using the right bicep to lean your head against. Left palm pushes up and finding a comfortable seat once again. Keeping the soft gaze in the eyes. Finding namaste hands in prayer. Just taking a moment here to give yourself gratitude for allowing yourself this time to move your body. I certainly am very grateful that you made it this far, that you watched me. Thank you for your trust in my guidance, for your time, for your energy. I honor you. Namaste.